Mhm. Welcome back to New Realities. I'm Alan Steinfeld, and I'm always excited to have my guest on this show returning to the program now, I think for the third or fourth time, is Shelly Sulivan, and she has some very good high-level spiritual information. Thanks, Shelly, for being here today. What have you been working on since our last conversation?
Hi, Alan. Thanks for having me on. Since our
Yeah.
last meeting, actually, you helped me launch my book, which was this.
Yes.
Sovereign
What's it called again?
Adventures of Seishore Grace, Sovereign Being.
Right. Yes. And
Yeah,
how'd that go? How's your book doing?
really well. Since I came out with that title and book energy, basically, it's really caught on. This is back in 2017. And the sovereignty of our planet has been rising. Obviously, the word is so abundantly mentioned out there. So that's really great. But this isn't only a planetary sovereign movement, it's also cosmic. And this book is based upon twin rays, which I am anchoring along with a masculine counterpart, this energy into Earth now, picking up sort of where Yeshua and Mary Magdalene left off, but in a whole different way with different abilities that we're able to tap into in order to have a fail-safe, undeniable mission present itself, and the divine feminine and masculine come into balance on the earth at this time.
How are you helping to bridge that? What are you practically doing to make that happen?
Well, it's my higher self. My spirit is the one that is in control and basically took over my physical body. In 2014, I had a walk-in experience, not a full walk-in, a braided experience with a divine feminine aspect. And as the years went on, it just kept expanding and advancing with more aspects of the divine mother, the divine feminine, the goddess energy, the dark mother, all of it started to come online in order for me to anchor the feminine along with my masculine. And I was able to reach out to him in a spiritual, energetic matter that was undeniable for him to not begin to understand that this was a real connection.
Well, give us the teachings about how someone can do that. How do we access that part of ourselves so we can make that bridge and become unified?
So how you do it in the beginning is you live a very purified life, mind, body, spirit, which is the name of my YouTube channel and my practices over the past 15, 20 years in becoming completely sovereign and purified. I've been in a purification process since 2009, like heavily, where the Divine Mother, Mary Magdalene, showed up in a volcanic universal fire before me and told me it's time for the purification program. So she was sitting in the lotus position in the universe, surrounded by red fire with black particles burning away all that is going to be burnt away on our earth. So that was in 2000 and I believe 15 when I got that message. And then the purification just kept heightening from 2009, 2015, 2017 until we are now. And in order to do that, you have to purify your body on every level. So whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, and past lives, karma, karmic ties, and do massive amounts of inner work.
So then how do you bring that counterpart to you? But you purify yourself, and then how does that occur, that union?
Okay, so in my case, because we have been, our blueprint has been wired in such a way where abilities that maybe most people don't have are activated now. So I was able to telepathically and energetically reach him with my spirit and awaken him. And he telepathically communicated back to me that, yes, I got the message. And then this is where it all began. But it took years of integrating and even believing what was happening, because it was so powerful and out of this world that it was practically unbelievable to grasp for both of us at various different times in the mission. But how we did that is remembering our mastery and manifestation. And I manifested meeting him within 2 weeks of spirit showing me him, which I didn't have any idea of him before.
Right. But why, what's the purpose of unifying our twin ray with our twin ray? Why do we want to do that? What does it do for? Yeah.
In our case, because we're coming from the place of the beginning of creation. So we have a monad, which is a large light frequency of millions of beings that are all one. Mm-hmm. And we are here on behalf of all of our family of light, holding the twin ray connection to come together physically. And once that happens, the activations that are going to happen on Earth are going to be massive. It's just been really difficult to get to that point because there's opposing forces that don't want this ascension process to happen, which is going to happen no matter what.
So it's part of the ascension process. You're saying part of the raising of vibration is the unification of the soul frequencies as we come together into wholeness. Mm-hmm. It's an aspect of like this fifth-dimensional reality that we're emerging into.
And part of that reality is remembering that we are extremely, supremely powerful beings of light, which is basically the whole purpose of our being here, is to anchor that light. But with that, we have abilities that a lot of people are tapping into, the telepathy between people. That's very common. But there's other abilities where, so in his case, he's got the telepathy ability, which I activated upon shaking his hand and looking at him in the eyes. Okay. I activated that. And then once upon getting together, I started to feel my feeling abilities came online. So there's the clairaudience, clairvoyance, etc. And so I have the feeling, he's got the telepathy at this time. So I can feel him. He can hear me, sort of. And then after that, we nurtured the connection over since 2016 to integrate our abilities more and start to really believe what was happening. Two individuals who are actually one androgynous light being before we split it into masculine and feminine from the universal master of creation.
Right. That's true of everybody. I mean, in order to be in this 3D density, it is a dimension of polarity. So that was why the union split into positive and negative, male, female, masculine, feminine. And then as we kind of raise back up, we come back into that union. But you're saying, and you can talk a little bit about, don't get into too much, there's been forces that have been trying to not make that happen. Do you want to talk a little bit about it without getting too intense?
Yeah, I don't want to do too much detail because it does lower the vibration. So I'm going to keep it very positive, but it's a part of the light and dark situation that's happening. Any planet that's going into an evolution of the species where we're going to rise from the darkness to the seventh dimension, you're going to have to clear out a lot of the darkness, which brings about challenges and tests for you to overcome in order to take back your sovereignty as basically God, goddess, king, queen of the universe. And so the opposing forces, once my fully light rainbow body and crown was anchored, that's when I started to show up on the radar in the galaxy. And I experienced many different interferences, such as direct energy weapons, bioweapons, and mind control programming attempts of MK Ultra, which never worked with me, but I had to dismantle and clear that. And it's happened to many people around me. I've seen it firsthand. I know about it. But we're in a time now where the Magi ancient races are coming back in, and this includes lion races, dragon races, and the Divine Mother and Father coming online within the earth, in the ley lines that are clearing out all this dark programming.
So it's like when you start to go to that next level, you light up. It's like you become this visible light, and it's like, oh, there's a light. And then the forces that want to keep the planet in, I would guess, darkness or a low level, see that light, and we just have to maintain the essence of who we are and not get distracted from what our true mission is. That's what I think is what you're saying there, right?
Yeah, and actually it's just yeah, it's not for us to get distracted, which in the material realm, it's very easy to do that because there's so much around us. But it's more than that. It's not backing down. In my case, I could have died what I feel like a few times, but I didn't. And I have the support of the angelic realm with me for that. And it was a divine feminine initiation for me to get through all these different types of attacks, which I have. And then for him, he's been on the earth for so long in the material realm that he's basically mastered it. And that was his role as like a matrix twin. There's a matrix twin and a spiritual twin. And both of us together are working to clear this up within the earth realm in order to come into harmonious union for all who want to join in that.
Is the matrix twin the same as the other twin, or are they two different souls?
It's the same. He's it's an overall like consciousness of the masculine energy that's been on earth as basically in the past thousands of years as a patriarchal energy, right? So even though my masculine is a very loving, great person, he's representing and playing a role as the matrix, dismantling the patriarchal ego, right? So he's got a massive like status and energy as in the matrix, and along with that an ego is there. And I was shown that through as I sat in council with the council in the stars, and we were looking at the masculine energy that was formed by stars, and we were looking at it going, okay, so he's here now in physical form as well as connected to the galaxy and what's going on. And the biggest thing that had to be dismantled is the ego in all of us, you know, but he's representing that role because he's got such a predominant role in the material realm. So between our connection, we've had to go through all these trials and tribulations and hard work, telepathically, heart-based, like grueling work in order to clear it, in order to come together with all this karma being cleared.
Right. And I think I know who you mean. And I think that is one of his roles, is to rebalance the male ego, not for domination, but for partnership. And I think that seems to be happening. So what is your role? What is your mission here? I mean, now that you've done that, what do you want to accomplish?
So from here, it's basically like sort of seeding the new earth. So I hold the codes of creation. He holds the codes of seeding as the masculine, where that light together brings forth anything that you can kind of think of and imagine for the new earth through love comes into manifestation. So we're not so much doing the work physically, it's more of our love as union in one creates the third energy, which is new child coming, a new creation that takes a life of its own and creates on behalf of our love, our ideas, our service to humanity and the light.
And the union, but what is that third thing? What does that look like?
It's for the star seeds, the star children. So in the book, as I described here, we are the star.
Turn the book around for a second. Let's see the cover. No, the other side. Oh, I can't see the writing. It's too.
Oh,
it's not
it was.
focused. No, so turn. Let's just see the cover then. The cover. Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, it gets blurred out. I think it's your phone that's refocuses. Oh, you hold it closer to you, maybe. Hold the book closer to you. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So what about that book then you're saying?
Okay, so I'm going to read the back cover for you just to generalize what we do. So this book is about a lifelong journey of remembering why we are here and who we are as higher dimensional angelic beings in our case, also extraterrestrial beings of throughout all the galaxy, living in the 5D to 12D and even higher dimensions. As a key twin flame, which I call twin ray now because I was shown our ray, star parents like elders to the star seeds, the indigo, the crystal, children, the rainbow children. And the content of this book is to help, the content or the purpose of our lives here on Earth are to help guide, support, and assist these star children and adult beings of light to why they are here and to understand their part in creating and sustaining the Earth in our higher dimensional reality. So I share about my angelic human being experiences, my intimate otherworldly experiences, and I bring knowledge of the reality of higher dimensions into this world that exists beyond our five senses.
Wow. Okay, so then how do you activate that in the world then? How do you bring that concretely? Are you doing workshops? What are you doing?
A lot of my work as of late has been very in solitude, working with the light, the Christ light, the lion creator light, and anchoring it into the Canadian shield of Canada. That's how I've been doing it. And I've been doing it through breaking through all this darkness and obstacles and staying in my truth, in love with the divine masculine who we are ultimately coming into balance with. So against all odds and everything you can imagine trying to keep us apart, we have stayed in the path of love.
Right. But now it's time for everyone to do that kind of thing. So what do you recommend? Yeah, you mentioned purification. What else do you recommend that people watching can do to help bring that energy to another level?
Work with the light. So anchoring the light from the great creator, the creator.
Oh, you just lead a meditation to do that right now? So
sure.
People have, okay, I'm going to spotlight you and you just lead us in a little meditation and then we'll wrap up. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to start by just grounding the body into the network of the trees of Gaia, along with the rocks and mountains of Gaia. And so I just close my eyes. I'll do this meditation live, like I did this morning. So visualize your skin growing roots into the ground right now, into the concrete, through the concrete, going into the soil, the rocks, and deeper where we reach the clay, the water. So we're going right into the earth, the actual earth, and accompanying our roots of skin, our body, is light roots. And we're going deep through now into the granite, the mountain rocks within the earth, through the millennium of mountains that have been formed within the earth, and into, just visualize now going into the crystal bed of earth, crystal quartz mixed with all the metals, precious metals of the earth, and taking it through into the crystalline sun of the earth. And once you reach that with your roots, you immediately get a charge from the earth, integrating the nutrients of the earth and the light, connecting with the heart of the earth, and bringing that back into your body. And then we have below our feet, 3 feet below our feet, a Merkaba field, which starts to spin, creating a larger chamber of light, 6 feet around our body. And within that chamber is a pillar of light that comes up through our chakra system. And forming around us a nice shield of light, that which we are. And up our root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, solar plexus, I said, heart, higher heart, throat, third eye, soul star chakra, And this is where our crown is. And this opens up to allow the Christ consciousness, which is a God consciousness light that's pouring in through our solar sun, galactic sun, central sun, and all the suns beyond. And when you see this, you can visualize now anchoring around you a master clock, golden white diamond clock of creation that is precisely spinning, turning, creating sacred geometries of life, new life. This is where the twin rays come in, because we are seeding these new creations from the universal master clock of all creation. And just let the light pour in, anchor into the earth's heart, activating the angelic blueprint for the evolution of our species on earth, our organic life of creation here on earth, to continue through the continuum of life force flow in the heart of our technology. And then I would just sit in this meditation for however long and build that light body, keeping your shielding and container so only the highest frequencies of light can interact.
Okay.
I don't know if that was meditation, it was instruction.
That was great. No, that was great. So just tell people how to find you, because I know you give private sessions and you do activations, and that was just a little taste of some of your work. Is there anything else you want to add to all that? Because that was really great.
Let me see. Yeah, there's a few things I want to add, but I'll need a few minutes to get back from there, think about what I wanted to talk about.
Because you really went out there. I did feel an energetic movement there, activation. So thank you.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I just wanted to, what else did I say I wanted to mention was the...
Well, you want to mention about moving into the whole world, into this age of awakening, you know, what it's going to take for all of us to have this awakened light essence. And, you know, activations are good, going to sacred locations, coming together with like-minded people in groups that will reinforce the highest quality of spiritual being. And yeah, new communities. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to touch on is a big thing that happened this year was the have you heard of the arcs that are or like our sacred pyramids around the world that are coming online?
Well, I know there are pyramids around the world, but I'm not sure which ones you mean.
Okay, so for example, the Sphinx in Egypt.
Yeah.
So I've had a few visions and experiences with the arcs, I guess they're being called, and the Hall of Records. So the Hall of Amenti, you've heard of that, right?
Yeah. Well, the halls of Amenti were where the Egyptian gods would come from, the dimensions they would come from. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're working a lot with that. So I was in meditation last month, and I actually was in meditation in a float tank where I can get the clearest downloads and interact. And I ended up just landing at a massive Stargate.
Mm-hmm.
It opened. So we also hold the codes to activate the organic Stargates, the main Stargate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm not to sell myself or say I can do this or that. I'm just letting people know of what's happening. So that's being activated, and that's through the divine feminine, divine masculine, holding those codes. So different sacred sites, stargates around the world are being activated right now, big time. So everything's coming.
No, I'm just going to say I'm organizing a trip to Egypt next year where we're going to go to the Sphinx and all the sacred sites in Egypt, because Egypt is really the birth of Western civilization. It was coded there. The initiations of levels of consciousness began there. We're going to go back to that origins, including the Temple of Isis, which really holds the divine feminine energies. So
Yeah, definitely. She's coming through. She's fully integrated with me at this time. That's who a big part of my work has come through, Isis.
yeah.
And a vision of the gigantic Sphinx energetic lion who has been helping with this work. And Egypt is a huge part of it. I can't wait to go.
Well, come with us next September, okay?
Yeah,
Save,
maybe.
save your money. Well, thank you, Shelly. How can people find you and like connect with you and have sessions and all that?
Yeah, okay. So everything I discuss and more is on my YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel is ownmindbodyspirit.com.
Own, O-W-N?
Yep, Mind Body Spirit.
Okay, I'll put that in the chat. Yeah. Okay. Own mind body spirit.com. That's your YouTube channel?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All
And
right, great.
I can give you an email that you can reach me at. I have a book website that seishoregrace.com.
Seishore Grace is your spirit name, right?
Yeah, so that was given to me through a light transmission back in 2015. Actually, a few days, the anniversary of that was September 29th.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
yeah,
then
so the website is www.seishoregrace.com.
how do you spell Seishore?
SAISHORIE.
Grace.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So people can find you there. You have a website, email there too, where they can find you on that.
No, email is simply Shelly Sulivan 776 at gmail.com.
Okay, I'll put that in there. Shelly Sulivan 776 at gmail.com. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So the last thing I want to say is about really what the message here is that the earth is coming into herogamic union, the divine feminine masculine. That's happening right now. So divine partnerships are going to be coming in. People are going to be waking up to these telepathic abilities between female and male. And for them not to be frightened at this, to rather embrace it and work with the other half to bring our species into the evolution to the next level of a higher dimensional way of living, which is telepathy, heart-based living, and also Kundalini energy that's being activated within the earth through myself and my divine counterpart.
Beautiful. Thanks for joining us here today. I've been talking to Shelly Sulivan. I'm Alan Steinfeld. Look for some more live streams. I like to bring these people on who really have like this download input to uplift people's consciousness. And it's ongoing. There's people popping all over the place with different levels of activation, and I'll be doing more this week and this month and next month. We're doing the Ultimate Star Being Conference on Portal to Ascension and a bunch of other activities. Just stay tuned to this channel, subscribe, take out a super chat, and